Hey everyone, and today we're diving into a case that's as perplexing as it is tragic. On September 22, 2023, the remains of Suzanne Morphew were discovered, 3 long years after her sudden disappearance on May 10, 2020. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation stumbled upon her remains during an unrelated search in Moffat, Saguache County, reigniting the famously cold case. Initially, suspicion fell on Suzanne's husband, Barry Morphew, given their tumultuous personal life and his inconsistent recollection of events surrounding her disappearance. Despite charges being dropped due to insufficient evidence and mismanagement, many believe Barry was involved. However, new evidence surfaced when Suzanne's remains were found miles away from their search area, linked to a suspected serial killer, throwing everything into question. Suzanne's life story paints a picture of a remarkable woman, a devoted wife, loving mother, and vibrant member of her community. But behind the facade of a perfect family, cracks began to show. Marital problems, hints of abuse, and even infidelity emerged from Suzanne's own writings and conversations. The day of Suzanne's disappearance, Mother's Day 2020, started like any other. Barry claimed to have had plans with Suzanne, but inconsistencies in his story raised suspicions. From erratic phone movements to peculiar behavior, Barry's actions painted a troubling picture. The discovery of a tranquilizer dart cap in their dryer, a spent bullet casing, and Suzanne's journal remnants further fueled suspicions. And when DNA evidence surfaced linking Suzanne's disappearance to unsolved sexual assault cases, doubts about Barry's involvement grew. Despite mounting evidence, Barry was arrested nearly a year later, only for all charges to be dropped due to prosecutorial misconduct. His release sparked both relief and outrage, leaving many questioning what truly happened to Suzanne. With her remains finally found, the case takes a new turn. Barry's attorneys suggest Suzanne may have been a victim of a serial killer, casting doubt on his involvement once again. As the investigation continues, one thing remains clear: the search for truth and justice for Suzanne Morphew is far from over. With Suzanne's remains discovered in a remote location far from the initial search area, questions swirl about Barry's possible involvement. Some speculate that Barry could have had assistance in disposing of Suzanne's body, potentially implicating accomplices in her disappearance and death. Barry's attorney, Yan, has been vocal since the discovery, suggesting that Suzanne may have fallen victim to a serial killer given the circumstances of her remains being found. Yan believes that Barry was unjustly targeted by law enforcement and hopes for acknowledgement of his innocence. Meanwhile, Barry has taken legal action, initiating a $15 million lawsuit against prosecutors, sheriff stations, and investigators, alleging wrongful charges in Suzanne's disappearance and death. Despite the setbacks and uncertainties, law enforcement remains committed to pursuing justice for Suzanne and her family. The district attorney's office continues to investigate the case, withholding comments until more information surfaces. For Suzanne's loved ones, closure remains elusive as they grapple with the loss and uncertainty surrounding her fate. As the legal battle unfolds and investigations continue, the search for truth and accountability in Suzanne Morphew's case presses on, ensuring that her memory will never fade away. As the legal proceedings unfold and the investigation continues, the Morphew family and the community remain gripped by the ongoing saga of Suzanne's disappearance and death. Barry's lawsuit against law enforcement and the judicial system adds another layer of complexity to an already convoluted case. The discovery of Suzanne's remains in a remote area raises more questions than answers. Was Barry truly innocent, as his attorney suggests? Or does the evidence, circumstantial as it may be, point to his involvement in Suzanne's demise? With each twist and turn in the case, the truth becomes increasingly elusive. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, one thing remains certain: the enduring pain and sorrow felt by Suzanne's loved ones. As the legal battles wage on and investigations persist, The hope for closure and justice burns bright. For Suzanne Morphew and those who cherished her, the pursuit of truth and accountability is not just a legal matter, it's a solemn duty to honor her memory and ensure that those responsible are held to account. With the passage of time, the case of Suzanne Morphew's disappearance and death has become a haunting enigma. Despite the legal proceedings and investigations, closure for Suzanne's family and friends remains elusive. Barry Morphew's steadfast denial of involvement, coupled with the discovery of Suzanne's remains in a remote location, continues to fuel speculation and debate. The legal battles, including Barry's lawsuit against law enforcement, add layers of complexity to an already intricate case. The impact of Suzanne's disappearance and death extends beyond her immediate circle, resonating deeply with the community and beyond. The search for truth and justice in her case represents a quest for closure and a commitment to ensuring that her memory is honored. As the investigation unfolds, the hope for answers grows dimmer. Yet, the determination to uncover the truth remains unwavering. For Suzanne Morphew and all those touched by her story, the quest for justice is a solemn promise, a promise to never forget and to seek justice until the truth is revealed. As the legal battles and investigations continue, the story of Suzanne Morphew's disappearance and death remains a haunting mystery. The discovery of her remains, coupled with the complexities of the case, leaves many questions unanswered. Despite the passage of time, the memory of Suzanne lives on in the hearts of those who knew her. Her story serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of seeking truth and justice. For Suzanne's family and friends, the search for closure is ongoing. The legal proceedings may offer some resolution, but the pain of loss remains. As the case unfolds, the hope for answers remains strong, a testament to the enduring legacy of Suzanne Morphew and the impact of her life and death on all who knew her.